everyone, welcome to my vlog where I'll be transversing counties, cities and villages to bring you ordinary people with extraordinary stories. My name is Wariara and this is Real Life. Kwa Sunday afternoon, nimeboeka tu home, ni time ya corona, so nafikiria what can I do on a boring Sunday afternoon. Nikafikiria, let me call my cousin. Akuja tupige story, tukichoma nyama, tukicatch up about life, watoi, everything. Nikapigia kuzangu simu and she was easy. So in a couple of minutes she arrived here and we had those 3 drinks and then we decided let's do nyama. We marinated the meat and then I left it in the house and then I went outside to set up the grill, the jiko. Ndio jiko iwake haraka. I decided to use gel fuel. So mi nikapanga tu makaa zangu poa and then I put the gel fuel, nikawasha jiko, nikawacha ikiendelea kuwaka and then I went back to the house to check up on the meat that ilikuwa inaendelea kumarinate. So by the time I came back outside, jiko ilikuwa imezima. So I had to attempt kuwasha jiko tena. One fact about gel fuel that people don't know, it burns with a colorless flame. So ikiwa nje kwa mwangaza, you wouldn't tell really kama kuna moto ama hakuna. So niliangalia hiyo moto nikaona imezima. So nikachukua hiyo jerrycan kuongeza hiyo gel fuel kwa moto ndio niwashe tena. Little did I know there was a little bit of fire, maybe a burning charcoal that ilikuwa imebaki hapo ndani ya hiyo moto after vile moto ilizima. So when I opened the jerrycan mwagilia hiyo gel fuel, in a split of a second the flame traveled from the jiko into the jerrycan and there was a massive explosion. Vile hiyo explosion ilifanyika, hiyo gel ilispill kwa nguo zangu and nguo zikashika moto. It was a couple of seconds but it seemed like an eternity. So ninawaka moto. Luckily nimeshafanya classes za first aid, so najua ukiwa na moto ufai kukimbia. So I stopped, dropped and roll in an attempt to put out the fire, but hii ya mkono ilikuwa bado ina burn. Alafu nilikuwa nimevaa shorts, biker shorts. Ziko na material fulani na polyester. So ikishika moto ilishikilia kwa skin. So it was really terrible. Nilijaribu call out kwa watu wenye wako kwa nyumba but there's no way wangenisaidia because first of all walipanic vile walisikia nikiscream. Pia hakuna mali sikuwa tumestore maji, like wanaweza kuja kunizima na maji. Hatuna fire blanket, hatuna fire extinguisher, as in it's just a typical Kenyan home setup. Walikuwa tu pia wananisaidia kupiga nduru. So neighbors wamekam. Ile time nilimanage kuzima hiyo moto, nilirip hizo nguo because nilirealize nikitoa hiyo t-shirt na juu hivi naweza jichoma uso. So I just ripped it, nikaitoa and then I went into the house. I remember niliingia kwa nyumba kama natetemeka. It was really painful. I think that's like the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. Nikaenda nikafungulia maji kwa shower, maji baridi, nikakaa hapo. Ilikuwa ina feel some kind of relief. Nasikia uchungu but kuna ako ka relief kenye una feel maji baridi kikumwagikia simply because sa hiyo skin yako ni kama ina burn bado. During that time kuzangu wali make calls here and there. My other cousins, my mom, my uncle, watu wakafika in a couple of minutes and they took me to hospital. At first I didn't even have that reasoning power. Like I had to come back to my senses later on. So I came to terms with the fact that the accident had happened way after it happened. Like when I was in hospital, already admitted. That's when now I started thinking and recalling about the whole accident thing. So it was really hard for me, especially because the burns were really serious. According to what the doctors said, there were 2nd and 3rd degree burns. During these corona times, when a doctor tells you that you have to be admitted, so you start thinking about now being in a hospital setup. It's psychologically uncomfortable for anyone. Well, after like 2 days in hospital, I asked the management of the hospital if they could discharge me since I didn't want to stay in that hospital confinement. Came home after 48 hours in hospital and they sent nurses and doctors to be attending to me from home. It was a very painful 4 weeks. The initial 4 weeks were really very painful experience for me. The doctors decided to be putting me to sleep as they do the treatment because it was really painful. So we did it the first day and it worked just right. They put me to sleep for about 45 minutes, and by the time I woke up, they had already cleaned the wounds and they had dressed them anew. So I decided I will continue with that procedure of being put to sleep. They clean and dress the wounds, and then I wake up about 45 minutes later. When we did it the second time, there was a problem, because I think the first dose was still in my system. So when they gave me the second dose, I was not able to wake up. So something that was supposed to take about 45 minutes took 4 hours. And when I woke up, I was still dizzy and I felt nauseated and I felt sick again. We even contemplated going back to hospital because I was feeling like I was really badly off. From there, we decided to stop with the anesthetic medicine. I just felt like I needed to change the doctors. So I changed the initial 2 doctors that were attending to me and I got another one. She joined at about the 3rd week. Took her about 3 more weeks to stabilize my situation, and I started at least walking around the compound. I started receiving guests, because before that I was not able to leave the confines of my bedroom because I was not able to dress up. So most of the time I just threw over a nightgown. It was a really difficult situation because when the room is cold, the pain becomes unbearable and I cannot cover myself because the beddings are going to stick to the wounds. So sometimes I'd put on the electric heater, but when the heater is too much also, the wounds become sensitive to the heat. So it was a really tough 6 weeks until I was able to step out of the room and now start dealing with the scars, seeing dermatologists and all that. I was on antibiotics the whole time and I was on wound management balms. It was not an easy situation, but at least I was able to go through it. After the incident, my life has really changed because, first of all, I was not even able to interact with my son the way we used to before. You know, the way kids jump on you and hug you and play with you. We didn't have those moments for 6 weeks and I really felt bad. Sometimes I had to shout from my bedroom because I was being attended to by the doctors and the nurses. I had to shout at him so that he can hear what I'm saying when I'm in the bedroom, because he's not allowed to come in because mommy is not dressed up. You know, as a woman also, your skin is one of your biggest assets, one of your biggest prides. So when that accident happened, it really affected my self-esteem and self-confidence because I didn't know, so what is going to happen after this? How am I going to deal with the scars? What am I going to wear? What are people going to see when they see these scars? What are people going to say when they see me with, you know, damaged skin and all that? So psychologically, I think that was like the biggest blow. Not to mention the immobility. I was not able to move around. I was not able to go about my daily activities until a few days ago. At some point, it was really hard to come to terms with the fact that I had an accident and the scars are here to stay. But with time, I have learned to embrace my scars because there will be a constant reminder that I went through something that almost killed me, but I emerged victorious. This will be a constant reminder that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's why, doing this story today, to encourage someone who has been through such or even worse, someone who's gotten scars, be it physical or emotional scars, that whatever you go through, don't let that scar put you down. But whenever you look at that scar, you just remember that you went through something and you won. This is the most painful experience I've ever gone through. And the pain has taught me a lot. And instead of being bitter and throwing a pity party, I think I have become stronger. I've become even more grateful, because I've seen and heard of people who got burnt beyond recognition. Others got permanent damage on even their face. So it has taught me a lot how to appreciate life and not to take things for granted. And I have also decided to come out and tell people about, safety. And that's why I'm doing this story today.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've been inspired. For more stories, don't forget to subscribe. Bless up.